you'll be my lover for a lifetime. Will you be my lover for a lifetime? Will you be my lover for a lifetime? What you want? Hey, hey.
Okay, so this is the review of the Skream Magnum. This is by far the one bike that I've received the most questions about. Many people tell me it's very unsafe to ride, even though I'm riding the bike. I've done a BRM on this bike. I've done a 200-kilometer BRM on this bike. I've smashed all my PRs, records. I've even got some comms, not the first place, but the top 10. And a lot of people don't understand fixed gear. They don't understand fixies. They don't understand brakeless bikes. It's rather very dangerous to them. But I'm about to shed some light on all these topics. So stick around and let's get into it. This is the Skream Magnum, the orange champagne. This comes with a carbon fork. Now, I've never had a bike with a carbon fork, and I must say it helps get the weight down of the bike, because the bike at the moment is 8.5 kilograms. And having a carbon fork definitely helps, makes the ride a lot more responsive, especially on the turns. The aluminum 6066 frame is very well built, it's very sturdy, and as you can see, the finish of the frame looks like it's just one piece, like how a carbon frame would look, but it is aluminum, and I must say it handles on Mumbai roads very well, and that goes a long way because we know how some of the Mumbai roads are. Now on my Skream Magnum, I'm running a 48 tooth crank and a 17 tooth rear cog. Now this is the gear ratio setup that I have on this bike, and I find this gear ratio works best for me, whether it be I'm doing a long distance bike ride or if I'm doing a long ride with some inclines in it also. This is the exact same gear ratio that I used whilst doing my 200-kilometer BRM. Now the attention to detail is something that I definitely appreciate about this bike. The Skream logo is in certain places where it's not so in your face, but it's very subtle. And these are the little intricacies that actually make the bike stand out. When it comes to the wheel set, I'm running the Miche Express wheel set with the Miche hubs. They perform fabulously, very smooth, and definitely make the bike look really good. Now when we're talking about fixed gear, it means you don't have any other gears that you can change to, you just have that one gear setup. Riding brakeless, which is basically fixed gear, means if you pedal forward, the bike goes forward, and if you pedal backwards, the bike either goes backwards or you can pull a skid by just pedaling backwards. You can also reduce your speed by just slowing down your rotation. Okay, so now if you're looking to getting into fixed geared bikes, a good gear setup would be a 44 crank by 16 rear cog. This is good for you to start with. You can pull skids very easily with this setup, and you can climb up hills with no problems whatsoever. Now if you want to go a little further past that, then you can step up your crank by 2 feet more. So you go to a 46 by 16. You get a little more speed, plus you can still pull the skids that you need to pull, and you won't have any problems climbing uphill. Now if you want to go for something that's a little faster, and this is my current setup, I'm running a 48 crank by a 17 tooth reared cog, and this is the sweet spot for me. I like this setup. It does take a little getting used to because you're running a 48 tooth crank, but with a little practice, it's doable. And now for anyone who really wants to get some speed, you can switch from a 17 tooth rear cog to a 15 tooth rear cog, and this will make you go a lot faster. However, climbing up hills takes a lot more effort, and also to pull skids takes a lot more effort because of the amount of power that you need to put into the bike to get it going. Hence, pulling skids on this gear setup is hard, but with a little training, it's doable, and you can most definitely learn to ride this gear ratio. So now I'm going to reply to some of the Instagram questions that I've received. 97.7 asks me, what is the best gift you've been given? That is not a question pertaining to the Skream Magnum, but life. Bupin90 asks, How do you keep your bike so clean all the time? It's very simple. You finish a ride, come back, clean the bike. You finish a ride, come back, clean the bike. And once in a week, make sure that you clean the bike completely. That means the chain, the cogs, the crank, everything. You do a deep clean. Adhi Iyer asks, where did you buy this from? Adhi, this bike has been sponsored by Skream Bikes. You can reach out to them. I'm going to leave their link to their Instagram and their website in the description below. Just click on those links and you'll get all the information that you need. Pranjal Paul 23 asks, any upgrades planned in the future? Well, not for this Skream bike because I like it the way it is. Well, in fact, the only upgrade that I would do to the bike is this thing. This is a 15 teeth cog, rear cog, and this thing will help me go a lot faster. However, it takes a lot more effort to get the bike going, but this is the only upgrade that I'm going to do to the bike because the bike already is pretty light and very fast. Jetal Patel asks, cost mate. Well, now when you check the price of the frame on the Skream website, the frame retails for 3,900 Hong Kong dollars. Putting the wheel set, the crank set, the rear cog, the handlebar, the seat post, the pedals and the pedal straps, I'm guessing this bike would come to about 75,000 rupees in total. Naveen Sivkumar asked the same thing about the price. I've just answered that question. So again, Arush Reddy .35, what's the cost of the bike, and make a YouTube video for your channel. It's happening right now. And there are about another 6 to 7 questions asking me the same thing about the price, which I have answered. Guys, if you want to know about the bike, I'm leaving the link in the description to their website. You can even contact them on Instagram. They're very responsive. So if you need any more information, please feel free to reach out to them. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share this video. And I hope you like the review of the Skream Magnum. It's definitely become one of my favorite bikes. In fact, I think it is my favorite bike at the moment because it's a no bullshit bike. You pedal forward, you go forward, you pedal backward to stop. And you don't have brakes, you don't have any cables coming out from places. And it's 8.5 kgs. It's very light and it is a complete joy to ride. Anyway, that's it for the review for this bike. More videos on bikes to follow. So like I said, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Will you be my lover?